answer, but this is Jay's podcast. There he is. Hey, buddy.
What's up, man?
Not much. Did you watch it? I don't know who these guys are. I'm getting of that age. I don't, I post my YouTube channel just because I got on to start doing that because Google wanted money for the storage, right? Which I didn't want, I just didn't, I didn't have the money, nor did I want to pay into it, right? So I started uploading on YouTube. I think it's kind of funny. I'm not going to go out of my way to create videos, right? You can create videos very easily now, like more easily, but I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to take the videos from my phone, right? But did you watch? I just sent you this guy. He just did an expose on race in America this year. Did you see this documentary? I just sent you the link. It's free. I guess you're supposed to pay for it, but a friend of mine sent me this link. It's pretty funny. Did you watch it or no?
No, no.
All right. Well, you know how that works, so try to explain it, right? So it's the blue link, and you just tap on it, and it leads you. But anyway, I don't know if this guy's popular. I don't know anything about him. I mean, I don't know if he leans right or left. I don't know because he's playing it pretty straight, interviewing everybody in America about how like we're just everybody's everyone's got a take on race and like are we racist, what is it okay to be racist, like people making money off being racist, people making money off trying to confront racism, right? So it's pretty. You should watch it, Jay. I want to get your take on it next time I call you because it's just it's absurd. Again, coming been living in Asia where it's just homogenous. I don't notice it until I come to Chicago. I don't notice it until I watch the Western news of how in my opinion, how absurd it all is. That that government mandates that you've got to hire you know one Arab, one Jew, one pink person, one like it just seemed because here they don't do that. They don't have to do that, right? They don't push for that. Um, I agree with you
Well,
that
a little bit different. Yeah.
yeah.
Okay, we'll go for that.
I mean, I agree with you that that's what makes the West and in particular America great. However, then you see the folly and you see the idiocy then of all like we are such a melting we're not melting, that's the problem. Like I mean we're just a pot of different things that are not melting, right? I mean maybe in 50 100 years, maybe I don't know, hopefully it will get better, but I mean you just see like Black Lives Matter, whatever happened to All Lives Matter, you just see all these divergent groups. um, it's just self-interest, all these self-interested groups, and this guy exposes it, so he's pretty good. I mean, there's some moments where you're like, oh shit, like he's going over the top, but then he brings it back down again. His name's Matt Walsh, but the link is above once we get off, and then you just click on that. I'll try to I'll resend you the link, but it's an hour and a half. It's an actual movie length, and he goes all throughout the country interviewing people and like kind of doing spoofs on everything. um yeah, I mean it's sad. It's a sad commentary in my opinion of what over the last 30 years kind of what we've become. But c'est la vie. That's life. It is what it is, as you would say, right? um yeah. So anyway, what's going on with you?
Same story. Same
Yeah,
story.
yeah. I'm enjoying it. I don't mind the cold weather. Like if I have a respite of warmth in a bit. But the faculty apartments here that they've given you, I've showed you around. I mean, it's like it's a student dorm. Some of the students are doubled up here. I couldn't imagine that. Two people in this thing. So my colleague, like I think I told you, so him and his wife bought. I don't know what year they bought it. They must have paid a lot more, but a 4-bedroom apartment near the campus because we're on the outer skirts of the city. So it's a lot cheaper. So, unfortunately, if I'm still here, in 2 years' time, I might consider, because I bet we could get, through my wife, get a 2 bedroom, a nice 2 bedroom, or a big 1 bedroom for $5,000-$10,000, Jay. A brand new one. Granted, then you got to put in money to fix it up. But the economy and the housing market is just tanked here. They can't give them away. You can't give them away. But 5,000-10,000 cash, I bet you could just flat out buy it, right? And the amenities are nothing because it's government controlled. They control the heating. They control. It's all rationed out. So if I'm gonna be here, whatever till Carrie croaks or something, like something happens, I might as well, because that's the only issue is just living in this shoebox, right? But I'm not like Louis. Louis, you remember Rini? You remember Rini would say that about Louis, that he could. Did you say that too, or just Rini, that Louis could live in a shoebox and be happy? Your father.
I don't remember that.
Yeah. He could. He was pretty. You're kind of like that. Was like the only thing that you had in common with him. That you were both relatively low maintenance types of individuals. You didn't.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't. It wasn't like I wanted. Yeah, I didn't. Yeah.
Well, you never like my dad. It was either $1 million or go bust, and he went bust. But you never desired to have a Mercedes or, all those trappings that that big city life can throw at you. And the same with Louis. Eventually Louis could have afforded it, but he would never do it. Yeah. Neither do I. I think I've got that from you guys. I don't. Like a nice place to live, hopefully eventually here, but not. I don't even know if I'll ever have a car, really. Because if I move back stateside, live within a city limits, and just be able to, still walk about. I think a lot of our weight problem in the West is that we don't walk enough, right? Like everyone's just driving around in the big, North America, so. Yeah, so that's it, man. But it's definitely getting colder. So it's already, finally though. It was warm all October. So November, we'll see what it brings. So I was trying to teach the kids a little cross-cultural about Halloween. But I think, as I typed to you, the economy again here is just not doing well. They're raising the retirement age, right, in China, so people, are living longer and so can work longer. So all these kids that want to work at a hospital or a clinic, if they have clinics here, those doctors may not retire. So now, not only were they, right, technology was replacing doctors here, but now the retirement's increasing and the economy's not doing well, so then the older doctors don't want to leave, so these kids really have zero desire to learn, for my subject, right, learn English and learn medical English and then travel because they can't afford it or live elsewhere, right? So that's, it's kind of depressing because I've been here, I've seen I saw it great rocking and rolling 10 years ago to now it's just plummeted. So, but that's the life. Like I said, I don't think they've ever. These generations, the last 2 or 3 generations of Chinese, have never seen an economic downturn, right? Because you would think since Mao Zedong, for the last 70 years, they've been relatively progressing, Jay. Right, every year until the last couple years. That's pretty remarkable, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I don't think any country, if you can think about it, I don't think any country in history has every year economically grown. I mean, some years they were growing at 10%, but 5%, 5 to 10% for 70 years. But that's how low they bottomed, right? During the Great Famine under Mao, and then he switched it over, right, to more state based. But every year, so they had their run. So, but anyway, so yeah, man. So I've got last couple days here for there's the lights on. Yeah,
1 second.
yeah, man. That's all right.
Oh, it's fine, Louis. I just looking for Yuri
Okay. See, little, keep going.
Yeah, no one calls you by your nickname, only your given name, Louis.
Yeah.
Yeah, just well as Louis would say too, just don't call me late for dinner. You can call me anything you want, just don't call me late for dinner, right?
That's about it. Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, it just should be interesting. But and then I'll sure as hell be glad when this fucking even in China, it's enough to wear you out this election. So we got one more week. You got to hand it to like both the side. I mean, both of them are very smart. These political machines. But again, it's depressing that there's no other political party that can ever challenge them, right? Because of the amount of money. But both of them, man, misleading. Right? One day they say one thing, then the next day they say another, conflicting. The world watches it. All my friends that I've met, my expat friends, Commonwealthers, right, from England, Australia, everyone tunes in. Everyone loves it. Watching our president, the last fiscal quarter, especially, right, leading up to the elections. So, yeah. So anyway. All right, man. I'm just trying to chip away. Again, I'd like to e-publish that book about your sister. I'm trying not to just something that I had to get off my chest, being her only kid. Hopefully it'll put, when I finish it, when I publish it, e-publish it, it'll put my mind at ease. Like a therapeutic, right? A therapeutic way of just like just like releasing it, because I can't do anything more. I think I only have one more card to play, and I'll explain that to you maybe in a week or so. But that's it. It's government nowadays in the States. Government can block family. That's our country, I guess. So fuck it. What can you do? So anyway. All right, man. I take it you're still eating better than me.
Well, I'm eating.
Do you remember the last thing you ordered in to the hospital?
Not really, because I don't. I'm laying in bed, so I don't. My metabolism is pretty slow, so.
Yeah.
I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, and how's your urinary tract? You go when you need to go. You can't control it, right?
What?
Your urinary tract, Jay, right? You got a catheter. You just go. You release it when your body needs to release it, right?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah.
Yeah, and it doesn't hurt you. I've asked you that.
No.
Interesting. All right. Well, that's good to know, because I'll be there. I'll be there sooner than later, buddy. So it's good to know. Yeah. Well, I think both Louis and Rini eventually had one, right? It's an inevitability that you have to have it eventually. So.
Yeah.
All right, man. Yeah, I'm done. I only have the 2 Tuesdays classes. I had those yesterday. The kids are great. I kind of know the culture here, but it's also a different generation, right? So not only is it a cultural difference, but I'm just getting older, and these kids, they're on their phone 24/7, while you're trying to teach. And here I'm a visiting teacher, right, professor, so I'm not going to yell at them, right? You know, I want that, like, if you want to learn, I'm here for you, right? I'm going to, you know, if you don't want to stand up and practice our scenarios, our speaking scenarios, then, you know, it's up to you. But yeah, it's just their motivation now, this here and now, this generation, because probably, I mean, they've got no dreams. Their parents probably traveled, at least within China, and probably some of them traveled abroad. But now with this sinking economy, slumping economy, I mean, none of them have aspirations of ever leaving their province, you know, let alone, you know, China. So yeah. All right. Yeah, you okay, JB?
Yeah, everything's fine, man.
All right, man. Did you cast your ballot? Or there's no need.
No.
There's no need in
I
Illinois.
remember.
Yeah, well, there's no need in Illinois. You're not. It's only going one way. That's for sure. So that's for sure. So, all right. Yeah, I might shoot Lynn, and you're doing great. I mean, shit, Jay. Fuck, you might. You know, I guess it's just up to you, man. You know, you could kick it for another couple years if you want. You know.
Hopefully so.
Yeah, yeah. So anyway, all right. I might courtesy copy you in with Sylvie and Lynn just to say hello to them and just wish them a happy holiday. All right.
All right, sounds
All
good.
right. Yeah, I'll give you a call towards the weekend. All right.
Great.
All right.
See
Love
you,
you, man.
man.
All right. Love you, buddy. Love you, Jimmy. Bye bye.